It's the developing world that has been hardest hit by the AIDS epidemic. 90% of the people infected with HIV live in developing countries. Most don't have access to the drugs that could keep them alive. The cost is way beyond their reach. In the West, the introduction of drugs that inhibit the AIDS virus, anti-retroviral drugs, has radically changed the outlook. Hospices and hospital wards have closed. HIV remains ultimately fatal, but is now a chronic disease that can be treated. Most anti-retroviral drugs are still under patent to the multinational companies, who make huge profits in the West from them. But for AIDS sufferers in developing countries, their cost is a death sentence.
This is the worst, probably, epidemic mankind has ever faced. If we really want to tackle it, as we have been able, or we are busy to do in the north, here in the south, we have to make those treatments available.
An educational campaign has helped slow the spread of AIDS in Thailand, but they still have 1 million HIV-positive people. Thailand and South Africa are two of the countries that can't afford drugs for their HIV patients. Both are now campaigning for the right to essential drugs at affordable prices. Pramote is 29 and has AIDS. If he'd been able to afford anti-retrovirals, he would not be paralysed and bedridden today. But Pramote is one of the luckier ones. With the help of a project, his family is able to care for him at home, a great improvement on the treatment afforded most HIV and AIDS patients. The home care nurse and doctor visit regularly, giving support to his family and supervising the treatment of the kind of infections that attack HIV and AIDS patients.
There's a lot of things yet you can do, and you can treat all these opportunistic infections, and people can live longer and have a better quality of life.
Without this help, the family couldn't cope. I don't want others to be like me. I sometimes suffer, but I don't feel hopeless. I worry about my sister and her children, that they learn to be safe. Anti-retroviral drugs are not an option for poor families like Pramote's.
If we would have been able to start anti-retroviral medicines earlier on, he wouldn't be in the situation as he is now.
In 1977, the World Health Organization realized that the world was not getting a good deal. And they made this model essential drug list, which is basically an example for countries to actually do it themselves.
Essential drugs are defined as those that meet the health needs of the majority of a population, the drugs that are essential for life. It's vital that these be cheap, safe, and efficient. Generic versions of most drugs on the World Health Organization's essential drugs list can be produced cheaply because they're no longer under patent.
Antiretrovirals are essential drugs, although they're not on the essential drugs list yet. And that's where the problem starts.
They're not included because of high costs. The only antiretroviral drug currently on the essential drugs list is AZT, and that only to prevent mother-to-child transmission of HIV.
The problem is we do not really know what the real cost of those antiretrovirals is. We do know, however, that in certain countries where at the moment they don't have to abide by those patents, that the antiretroviral drugs can be made much cheaper.
Pharmaceutical companies remain reluctant to provide information on the cost of producing specific drugs.
How much does it cost to manufacture these drugs, do you know?
Pass.